Good morning. I'm going to start doing videos of me doing the Go Math pages for you so that you can follow along at home. So, if I'm going too fast for you in the video, pause it and do the work in your book and then go back to watching the video. You can also rewind the video and watch it again, but I'm going to try to go fast so it don't take up your whole day. So pause it when you need to take a slower time, and if you're following along with me, then just keep going. We're going to start with lesson 6.8 because that's where we left off in the book. So it should be page 239. Yeah, 239. And once you're there, keep going with the video. So pause it until you get to that page. We already started talking about related facts in the last section of the book, lesson 6.7, where multiplication and division are opposites, right? So you can use multiplication facts to find division facts. So that's like the fact family that we had when we did addition. So if you do 2 plus 3 is 5, you can also do 3 plus 2 equals 5. Or you can do 5 minus 2 is 3, or 5 minus 3 is 2. So all of those use the same three numbers, 2, 3, and 5. So that would be an addition-subtraction fact family. We can do the same thing for multiplication and division. So they gave us 2, 4, and 8. What are the 4 different facts you can write using those three numbers? 2, 4, 8. I can do multiplication, so 2 times 4 equals 8. Or I can flip-flop with a commutative property. 4 times 2 is 8. Then we can do division. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then the opposite of that would be 8 divided by 4 is 2. Remember, division, the big number has to be first. So down here, they ask, what model can you use to show how multiplication and division are related? If you look down at the bottom of the page, they're building arrays. So one way to figure out the related facts is to make arrays. Write that in the blue box. So related facts are a set of related multiplication and division equations. We already did this part up here. Now let's do step 1. Use 8 tiles to make an array with 2 equal rows. Draw the rest of the tiles. How many tiles are in each row? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, you keep counting and give 1 to each row. So 3 and 4, then give 1 to the top row and 1 to the bottom row, and then 1 to the top row and 1 to the bottom row because both rows have to have the same amount. So how many are in one row? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now write a division equation for the array using the total number of tiles as the dividend and the number of rows as the divisor. So the dividend goes first, and it's the total number. So the biggest number we have is 8. So 8 divided by, how many rows do we have? 1, 2. 2 equals how many tiles are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. We can also write a multiplication equation the same way that we used to when we did multiplication. So how many rows do we have? We have 2 rows times 1, 2, 3, 4 in each row means we have 8 total tiles. So it's basically the opposite. Now, for the second part, it says use 8 tiles to make an array with 4 equal rows. So we need to draw 4 down and then add a tile to each row until we get to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many tiles are in a row? 1, 2. Write a division equation using the array. For the total number of tiles is the dividend and the number of rows is the divisor. So how many total tiles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Divided by how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4 equals how many are in a row? 2. Then we can write a multiplication equation. Same way. So how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many in each row? 2 equals how many total tiles are there? There's 8 total tiles. So 8 divided by 2 is up here. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And 4 times 2 is 8. So there's our related facts. If we went through, you can find an 8, 2, 4 in each one. 8, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4. All of them have those same 3 numbers, just in a different order depending on the fact. Turn the page. Draw an array with 4 rows of 4 tiles. Your array shows the related facts for 4, 4, and 16. So 4 rows down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need to keep adding 1 to each row until we get to 16. So there's 8, 12, 16. So 4 times 4 is 16, which means 16 split into 4 rows means there's how many in each row? There's 4 in a row. Since both factors are the same, there's only 2 equations. Same with addition and subtraction. If we did 2 plus 2 is 4, then we can't flip-flop that because it's the same thing. So you don't need to write 2 plus 2 equals 4 twice. And then it would be 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Same thing. So if you have doubles, there's no need to write it 2 times for your related facts because it's the same both times. What is another set of related facts that only has 2 equations? So think of another multiplication sentence that has double factors. So pick any number. So 5 times 5 equals 25, which means the only other fact would be 25 divided by 5 is 5, because it's the same thing both ways. The flip-flop commutative property doesn't really work because the numbers are the same. Now complete the related facts for this array. 2 times 8 is 16, so that would be 2 rows of 8, and let's flip-flop it. So 8 rows of 2 is still going to give us the same answer. So 16 split in divided by 2, so split into 2 rows is 8. So if we take 16 and split it into 8 rows, each row is going to have 2. Now we have to write all the facts. So if you want to help yourself, you can write multiplication, multiplication, division, division. So make sure that you have 2 multiplication facts and 2 division facts. Let's start with multiplication. So count the number of rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across is, and you should know what 5 times 5 is, but remember, if you forget, you can count all of the boxes and you'll get to 25. Now look, They tricked us on the first one and gave us doubles. So really, I don't need to write anything here because it's going to be the exact same. So let's write our division fact. 25 split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows gives us 5 in each row, which means we also don't need one on this line because it would be the same as the first one. So we need multiplication, multiplication, division, and division. Count the rows, 1, 2, 3, times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't count that right. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 times 7 is 21. So then we can do the opposite. 7 times 3 is 21. Then take the product and put it as the divisor. 21 split into 3 rows is 7. And then we can do the opposite of that. 21 divided by 7 rows would be 3 in each row. And then the last one, multiplication, multiplication, division, and division. You don't have to write those in the front if you don't need them, but I think it helps remember that you need 2 of each. So you need, how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 rows times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 24. Then you do the opposite, so there's 6 across, times 4 down, which would be 24. Then do division. 24 divided by 4 rows gives us 6 in each row, or 24 divided by 6 rows would give us 4 in each row. Turn the page. Now this one says on your own, so what I want you to do is pause the video and do the whole page. And then you're going to press play again and check your answers. Okay, so pause the video, try them by yourself, and then check your answers with mine. All right, now that you're finished, let's check your answers. So the first one, you have 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 18. Then the flip-flop commutative property, 6 times 3 is 18. Then you need to start with your biggest factor, or well, the product. 18 divided by 3 rows is 6 in a row, or 18 divided by 6 is 3 in a row. Next one is 2 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 rows of 7, which is 14. 7 rows of 2, which is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And 14 divided by 7 is 2. Then you have 3 rows of 4, which is 12. Or 4 rows of 3, which is 12. Or 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 12 divided by 4, which would be 3. Now here they didn't draw an array for you. So you need to just put these into the different facts. Obviously, when we do the multiplication, the biggest number is going to be the answer. So 2 times 5 is going to give you 10. So the commutative property would be 5 times 2 is 10. And then you can do 10 divided by 2 is 5. Or 10 divided by 5 is 2. 3 times 8 is 24. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 divided by 8 is 3. And then 24 divided by 3 is 8. Look, you have 2 of the same numbers here. So that means you only need 2 facts. 6 times 6 is 36. And then 36 divided by 6 equals 6. Now you need to fill in the missing numbers. So 4 times 7 is 28, which means 7 times what is 28? You're missing a 4 there. 28 divided by 7 is 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. So double check yourself and make sure you have the same 3 numbers in each one. So I have 4, 7, 28, 4, 4, 7, 28, 4, 7, 28, 4, 7, 28. So I have the same numbers in all of them. 5 times 6 is 30, which means 6 times 5 is 30. So 30 divided by 6 is 5, and 30 divided by 5 is 6. What times 9 is 27? 3 times 9 is 27, which means 9 times 3 is 27. So 27 divided by 9 is 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So I have 3, 9, 27, 3, 9, 27, 3, 9, 27, 3, 9, 27. So I have the same 3 numbers in all of my sentences. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then 20 divided by 5 is 4. 2 times 6 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 12 divided by 6 is 2. 5 times 8 is 40. So then 8 times 5 is 40. 40 divided by 5 is 8. And then 40 divided by 8 is 5. Turn to the last page. This one, again, I want you to try by yourself. I know these ones are the hard ones, so try it. But if you get stuck for more than 5 minutes on the first question, then go ahead and play the video and I'll do it with you. Okay? Mr. Lee divides 1 package of clay and 1 package of glitter dough equally among 4 students. How many more glitter dough sections than clay sections does each student get? So look over at your chart, the table. There's 12 sections for clay, and there are 36 sections for dough. How many students are there? There's 4 students. So we need to split the clay. So split means we're going to what? Divide it, right? So 12 divided by 4 means that how many pieces of clay are they going to get? 12 divided by 4 is 3. Then we need to take 36 divided by 4. And that's going to give you 9 pieces. Then, that's only the first part. So now we know how much of each kind one person gets. Then we need to know how many more glitter dough sections. So how many more tells us we're going to subtract because we need to find the difference between the 2. So you got to pick the bigger number. 9 is bigger. Minus 3. And 9 minus 3 is 6. So they're going to get 6 more glitter dough. So that was number 18. I'm going to draw a line so that I separate my work. My goodness. Ty has a package of glitter dough. He says he can give 9 friends 5 equal sections. Describe his error. So how much glitter dough is in 1 section? So there's 36 sections of glitter dough. He says that he can give 9 friends 5 pieces. What is 36 divided by 9? We did it up here, right? it shouldn't be a 5, it should be a 4. So you need to say Ty can only give each friend 4 pieces because because 36 divided by 9 is 4, not 5. Okay? 20. Write a word problem that can be solved using 35 divided by 5. So you need to pick something. None of the options up in the clay supplies will work because none of them are going to have a 35 in them. Let's do Mrs. Smith has 35 whatever. Let's do cookies. She wants to give them to her neighbors, to 5 neighbors. How many cookies does each one get? So 35 cookies divided by 5 would mean 7 cookies each. And then number 21, which equation is not included in the same set of related facts? So find the one that doesn't have the same 3 numbers. So you need to 9, 4, 36. 9, 4, 36. So it's not A. 36, 6, 6. It's got to be that one. But let's check all of them, remember. When you have one that you think it is, you got to double check with the other ones. 9, 4, 36. So that one works. 9, 4, 36. So it's B because that one doesn't have the same 3 numbers. All right, you're done with math for the day. Have fun doing the rest of your work, and I'll see you